Welcome to GME Admin Insights. I'm your host, Natasha Brox, but I'm coming to you today basically just to say thank you. The GME community, we always say it's a small community, and it really is. But when I have to grab my notes, when I think about like the GME community and everything that they are doing, you have to think. A year ago, we were trying to scrape for professional development, for growth, for learning, for education, for like the how to's, the what is this. We were scraping for, information to feed us, right? We wanted to be fed, we wanted knowledge, we wanted some type of acknowledgement, growth. We didn't know where to get it, right? So we've created it ourselves. If ACGME is not going to give it to us, if our programs are not going to give it to us, we have been growing and cultivating and developing our own growth and our own pathways, right? And there are just a couple of, more than a couple, but there's a couple of people, programs, a lot of people that I consistently see and that I know that has helped and continue to help the GME community. And the first one is like I just think has been doing a fantabulous job. Yes, I said fantabulous of continually to create learning and growth for coordinators, administrators, directors, managers, just for the GME community as a whole. And that is Aria. Aria has I want to make sure I get this right. She's a GME institutional coordinator, but she has the Texas College of Osteopathic Medicine Association. When I tell you this has been a major saving grace for a lot of different coordinators that I know. If you don't know who Aria is, I had her on my podcast. She is the owner, operator, and developer, and I may be getting that wrong, but I don't know. But she is over the Texas College of Osteopathic Medicine Academy for program coordinators. That's what that is. And when I tell you her monthly podcast or her monthly webinars are great. Her She just had a GME financing podcast. She keeps you tapped into what's going on in the GME community or with ACGME or whatnot. She has established and is growing, or she just, she's established. I'll say this. I don't know how, but that's something we have to get Aria back on the podcast to talk about so we know more in depth. But the the Texas College of Osteopathic Medicine Academy for Program Coordinators first annual educational conference. I mean, program coordinators first annual education conference. Now, when you think about a program coordinator educational conference, yes, we have the Omni, but that includes other people, right? We have ACGME, that includes other people. This conference is for program coordinators only, for the GME community only. Like, this is for us. We don't have to compete with anybody else. We can go to the conference and just, soak up what we need to. So I love this. She has been doing such an amazing job in the GME community. She calls everybody else in the GME community superheroes. I honestly think that she is one of the biggest superheroes in the GME community. She's always had the GME Professional Spotlight when it was August for the GME Professional Day. So big ups to Aria for that, because I know that she's been concentrating on program coordinators for a very long time. So we have that from her. I also want to give a shout out to Ashley Lassard. She works with Practice Match. Ever since I've met her and we've been talking, it's everything that I asked for, or no, not really asked for, but like when I say ask for, I'm like, oh, what about this? Can you do this for the community? Can you do this? She has literally taken it and ran with it, which I absolutely love. She is more of the physician recruitment, but she hears our cry. And she has been doing these monthly webinars. She's created just different things for us. She's even, um, if you need to, and you're getting your resume together, since they do professional resumes for physicians and residents going into their first job, she's even going to do it for program coordinators or anybody in the GME community. So if you don't know Ashley Passard, you need to get to know her. I'll have her information linked in. So if you need anything professionally done, if you're looking for a job, you need your resume looked over, reach out to Ashley. I got the hookup for you. That's the girl. Then let me go to Melissa um, Trinidad. I know I'm a mess up her name. I had her on the podcast too. Melissa is my friend. That is my girl. But I don't think you guys understand. Melissa is doing big things in the Latina community. You hear me? Big things. She is also part of, which when I had her on podcast, we were in the same National Association for Healthcare Executive, association. So, but she's in the Latina chapter, right? And I mean, she is speaking at the 2024 Annual Leadership Summit. When I say that we are leading the way, we are becoming leaders, we are growing, we are stepping up to the plate and then some, this is what I'm talking about. Like, we are growing. We said enough is enough. If you guys won't give us what we need, we're going to create it and do it ourselves. And that's what I love. And that's what we have been doing. That's what's going on here. Love it. She is killing it in her own right. And when I tell you that she has taken, if you are not in the National Association of Healthcare Executives, just as a whole, and then in your chapter, you are sleeping on growth and professional development, especially within the healthcare system. You're sleeping on it. I would honestly suggest to anyone to look into it. I'll have their information in the link, but also get with your local chapter because that's more of a one-on-one. You can do stuff locally, and growth. It is for healthcare executive growth. Now, if you see yourself growing, executive healthcare growth, reach out. Reach out to them and get involved one way or the other. Melissa, keep doing what you're doing, right? And another one is I want to say, I'm trying to read through my notes here because I don't want to miss anybody out, even though I just wanted to come on here and do a short one, but there's many, 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 many more. There's so much more, but I'm going to do one, maybe two more. Barbara Gore. When I tell you Barbara is growing the GME community by leaps and bounds, right? So Barbara took it upon herself to create the Forum for Leadership in Graduate Medical Education. It's called, the abbreviation is full GME, FULGME. And if you haven't seen that circulating around LinkedIn, you're sleeping, you're missing it. Get from up under the rock and go out there and look at it. I'll put the link into the website here as well. But this one is amazing because, you have journals, ACGME journals, journals for, this, journals for that, other thing. But this journal or scholarly exchange platform is for us, right? It's for the program coordinator, program administrator, program managers, program directors. And it's for us, right? So these are the things that when I'm coming here today to say that we said, forget it. If we don't got a table, guess what? I'm gonna build one. I'm building the table. And that's what we are doing, one leg at a time. She's built this scholarly exchange platform. And I think this is what we needed for the GME community, for us, because it is a scholarly exchange platform given by the GME professionals, dedicated to the education and professional development of GME. This forum serves as an open platform to the publication of GME perspectives, best practices, and innovation ideas. So this is where we can share with everybody within the GME what we learn, what we know, and how they can use what we've already, you know, researched and put together, whether it's articles, abstracts, um, presentations, and put it in on this platform. So that way, when you say, oh, shoot, I need a, I know that there is something, let's just say about iris. Let me go in here and check this out. Boom. Okay. So if you are not a member, you need to become a member. Um, So I just think this is great for all of us. The manuscript submissions categories include original research, education, administrative innovation, brief reports, reviews, perspective, personal essays, and letters to the editor. So we have a lot of things on here that if you want to grow, there's no way. There's no way you can miss it now because it's out here. So I'll have a link to that as well. Sign up, subscribe, become a member, and yeah. I mean, the table has been built. Okay, are you gonna put your plate and your fork and your cup on the table and enjoy with us? Because if they are not, and see, this is my passion. I am so sorry, guys. This is my passion. GME is my passion. And so if there's not anything out here for us and we want to learn and we want to grow, you're not going to give it to us. We're going to take it and just build it ourselves. And that's exactly what we've been doing. So these are just some ones that have been coming across my screen or that I personally know. And I think it's well worth, having them to be known and recognized. And we need to continue to grow and build. Another one, Ashley Haywood. She has the interview booklet. I mean, come on, we struggle with so much, right? We struggle with evaluations, we struggle with interviews. Anything that somebody has built to make our work smarter and not harder, it's worth going out, looking, investing, and taking the opportunity to not in, not invent the wheel, but to grow and learn from it. This is what it's all about. This is what helping the community is all about. Taking what someone has did, their research, their innovative ways, and using it for your growth, and then giving back to the community, right? You may know something, or you may have um, some experience, or been thinking about putting something together, right? Why not? Give it back to the community. I mean, that's what we need to circulate. We need to stay here, right? It's been so long. I always got irritated, lack of better words, irritated when I saw like different entities, ACGME, or just different AACM, they were like, oh, a physician's health and wellness is important. A RN's wellness, or a resident's wellness, or RN's education is. What about us? What about the GME community that they all run to? Like, how are you guys sustaining us? What about our wellness, right? What about our education? What about our growth? We have to sit the whole program on our shoulders and our heads, and we're carrying it. So what about us? What about what we need, right? So we just nobody. We just like, no. That is what sparked me to even start all of this. And that's what sparked Barb to start her stuff. That's what I'm saying. This right here, like, we need to keep going. We honestly need to keep growing and to keep pushing and to keep building things for our community, our GME community, our neighboring coordinator, our clerkship coordinator, our fellowship coordinator, all of that. So I want to I pour to you. I want you honestly to, if you have a idea that you've been thinking about, push forward and do it, right? If you need help, get with some people, sit down, run out the idea, brainstorm over it, and plan it out. Okay. Now, so it's just so much out here, so much learning and growing that we can do, and we have been. I know next year and the year after, it's gonna be solid. We won't have to lean up on AACM for our growth. We're leaning up on each other for growth, right? And this is exactly something that we need for us. Another one is, oh, just a segue. I have the podcast. I have people on the podcast this year, this new academic year that are very interesting, innovative. They are smart. You won't believe. When I say check the podcast out, I mean check it out, honestly. Not just on the YouTube. If you got to ride in the car and listen to these interviews, then that's what you need to do, because it's going to be very interesting, very touching, very inspiring. You know, the everybody's inspiring to me. When I see and I hear and I talk with everyone, I get so inspired, and listening to what they did, how they did it, how they're growing, it inspires me to keep going and keep growing my professional development as well. So please stay tuned for all of the podcasts that are coming your way. If you are not subscribed to any of them, whether it's Apple, Spotify, YouTube, whatever, please check it out. Also, I gotta put a little plug in there. Hey, Instagram. I'm on Instagram and TikTok too. But okay, let's get back to professional development. I also want to I'm reading my notes because I don't want to miss anybody out, even though I know I probably have already. But I also want to say I will be also having a webinar. I've gotten a lot of questions, and I have been asked and asked and asked, so I'm going to do it. I will be giving a professional development plan webinar. Now, with that being said, this particular webinar will not be free. It will not be expensive. It will be a flat rate of $10. And I'm only charging $10 only because the content that comes with it, I've created it. I put the plan and the workbook and journal, all of this together electronically, and to give it out so you can, follow along and create and really hone into your professional development, because everybody's is different, right? Everybody's development looks different. But I have been asked for the last, literally, I have been asked over the last 8 months to do a professional development workshop. So that's what I'm going to do. October 22nd, I will be launching my professional development workshop. It is an hour. It was going to be 2 hours, but everybody's time is important to me. So I will be launching it. It's only an hour, October 22nd. Watch out, stay tuned for that information and how to register and the links and all of. I will have it on my LinkedIn page and my Instagram page. So and on my website. So if you are not on my LinkedIn and you don't see it, go to the website. I will have the description in the description box as well. But yeah, I really want to. I see that a lot of people want to start digging into their professional development, which is great, but they don't know how to get there. They don't know how to navigate. And they're new program coordinators, right? So not only are they dealing with learning the coordination of their program, but they want to continue learning themselves, growing themselves, and skyrocketing to the next level, which I applaud. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for more information regarding that. And I really don't want to miss anybody. Um, there's a lot of people on here that are doing big things. Keno. Keno Williams. When I tell you this is a New York high stepper, just so much for his community in New York. So at the Sunny Downstate Health Science University, hopefully I didn't mess that up. But Keno is doing, I think he was the ACGME program coordinator awards winner last year. He's doing amazing things in New York. And this is what I talk about. It's not just in GME, like he's doing stuff in his community, but he's doing it, he's growing in his own footsteps. Everybody's doing something to grow. And that's what he's doing, which is another reason why I was asked really to do this professional development webinar. So I have so many other, but I'm going to leave it there because I said I wasn't going to be long on here. So shout out to all of them. Continue to grow. Continue to grow. I always say because your growth matters, and that's why. I say keep the gears of GME turning because your growth matters. We all have to grow. And I see that the GME community is growing, and that excites me. So kudos and yay to you. Keep doing what you're doing. And let's continue to grow, right? With that, I'm out. I'll come back. I have some more incredible things to share with you guys. So stay tuned for a lot of information, a lot of things that I will be putting out. And just, thank you for your continued support because honestly, all of this I could not do, without you. I get excited just by sharing everything with you, right? So thank you for being the GME community that wants to grow and learn. Okay, with that, I'm out. I will see you later. I think I found her. She's